It's Bruce Hill. I make sales simple. Let me tell you how I made it's $4,410 in 90 minutes. And I'll just tell you right now, it's off of a referral. So here's how you can use referrals to grow your business. If you pay attention to each and every video that we do, all right, there's no slimy sales tactics, there's no expensive software, there's no complicated sales methodology. What's the simplest thing we can do every single day, right? That allows you to be your authentic self. Just the one that hears yes more often. That's where we want to be. That's where we want to get to. So here's what happened. I got a text message say, Bruce, here's a person that needs what you do. And you reach out to them. So I picked up the call, said, hey, this person told me to call you. I may be able to help. If I can't help, I know someone that does. Let's talk. So we get on the phone. Or we schedule a call that next day. Get on the phone. It's about 90 minutes. Now, here's two things you should know about referrals. They are the least expensive leads and they close at the highest percentage, but you can still mess them up, okay? So before we end this video, we'll talk about how do we make sure you're capturing all those opportunities and turning them into clients. So that 90 minutes, I did three things that anyone can copy, anyone can duplicate. The first one is I listened. And not just, what is that, active listening? Like, yes, I see what you mean. But I just let them talk for about 30 minutes. And then I started asking questions. So my next book, I'm really excited talking to the editor, and 48 hours from whenever this video is recorded. Better questions creates better clients. I started asking questions about who he wants to serve, what are his goals, how he plans to get there, what's going to get in the way of that, right? So something we talk about in the training I've done called Conversations Centered Clients. But I just do the same things I share with you all, and I'll admit that my toughest part is because it's so easy, it's easy not to do, right? So I'm asking him questions, same questions I share with you all, and he's like, man, I could use some help with this. That's the moment. Sometimes people don't need help, and I'm not in the convincing business. We're not going to force them, coerce them, or trick them into working with us. But if I can help them, I'm going to offer. I'm going to give them a chance to say yes. That's my only responsibility. Whether or not they say yes is up to them. Up to you is giving them a chance to say yes. So I asked them, I said, hey, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send you a summary of the call. I'm going to send you the information I promised. Monday, it's the next business day, we are going to, I was like, I want you to tell me yes or no. He said, all right, that sounds good. And I said, just for my curiosity, what percentage would you say, hey, this is a good idea? And he said, well, about 98%. And, the other 2% is not even a deal breaker. Now, if he hadn't volunteered that, it would have been good to ask it. So then I said, well, and I'll admit, I asked that question, like, hey, let's talk Monday, right? It's less intrusive, it's less difficult to ask and kind of delay any rejection. But I caught myself, which I want to share with you all, and I asked the even better question. I said, well, if it's 98%, is there any reason that we wouldn't just go ahead and get this signed today? Is there any reason you wouldn't do this today? He said, well, no, I guess not. That's how easy it can be. Now, you're like, well, Bruce, everyone can't live off referrals. But that's my whole point of this exercise. If I knew that these conversations are more likely, anywhere from 50 or 60%, depending on who you ask, more likely to close, the question we should be asking ourselves is, how can we get more referrals? That's pretty simple. So here's three things you can do to get more referrals. Oh, I should chop this up and make some shorts, some YouTube shorts. So number one, ask for referrals. That's probably the biggest thing I don't do often enough, consistently enough, is just ask, hey, I helped this person achieve this goal. Do you know anyone? Would you introduce us? That's number one, is asking. So number two is being very, very clear on who you help, so that when someone else runs into them, they can identify them. They're like, oh wait, Bruce was telling me about you. Bruce mentioned you. I can recognize you. And that's one of my favorite exercises that we do. Again, this is Better Questions, Better Clients. The the questions we ask us around people is who can we serve with excellence? When you're really clear on that, it makes it easy for people to refer you business because they can be clear on that. The third thing, so first thing is ask, right? The second thing is going to be clear on who. The second thing is be clear on what you solve. So that's why I start off my calls. Hey, I'm Bruce. I make sales simple. You know, we're not going to talk about programming. We're not going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about making sales simple. How do we do that? That's what you, from the beginning of the video to the end, it's been simple. And so now, if anyone has a sales question, guess who they ask? Me. That's what I want for you. And it's challenging because some of you are so talented in so many wonderful ways. You want to do all the things, and you want to do all the things for everybody. But it's really tough for people to refer you when that's the case. I say one or two things, and they should have some overlap. So, for example, how we make sales simple is through personal professional development. I believe if you grow your people, you grow your business. It's a little bit more complicated to explain to someone. So we just say, I make sales simple. So what is it that you accomplish for people? What's the transformation you provide? So when someone talks about, man, I really wish I could 1, 2, 3, I keep talking to people, keep having conversations, I can't close any deals. You're like, oh, right? Light bulb moment. Hey, you should talk to Bruce. He makes sales simple. Maybe he can help you. That's what I want for you in your business, but it has to be so clear what you do, the transformation you provide, most specifically. It's got to be so clear who you do it for, that when you ask for the referral, people get that light bulb and they say, oh, I know who to send you. And that's where, yeah, we could teach you cold outreach, email, LinkedIn, ads. Like, those are good things to do. They have a lot of work. Before we do the difficult things, let's do the easy things. And the easy thing to do is ask for a referral. That's really where I don't believe enough people start. And that's where you have it's a one call close. It's not because I'm magical. I'm a really great salesperson. I've done pretty well. I've been practicing, getting better over the years. I just give myself the highest percentage chance to win. And all I have to do is go into the goal and try not to mess it up. And that's really where I want for you all. That all you have to do is show up and not mess it up. And it's good. Those are 3 things that you can do to make that possible. So we'll work on, sending pitches, and we'll work on your sales skills. But if you can ask for referrals consistently and clearly, you give yourselves more opportunities to win. Hope that helps somebody. My name is Bruce. We drive revenue and improve customer retention through personal and professional development with an emphasis on sales skills, so professional service businesses can grow. Altogether, we make sales simple.